Good evening, or afternoon. So my name is Jeffrey, and this is a test to see if this sound, you can hear me. Outside, there's noise going on, birds, squirrels, and so forth. I work this morning, and I work at ShopRite. I slice meat and cheese. My shoulder cuff, I guess, this area hurts. So I'm taking it easy. I work a lot. They work, essential employees and whatever else you want to talk about. They really need you there. I have experience, so I take a blessing for every single day. Every single day I wake up in the morning and I wonder how I do it. I could have been just sitting here playing Xbox or PlayStation or something like that, and I chose not to. I chose to go to a school to work, and not school, I did school a while ago, but just chose to work and do my best that I absolutely can. So I'm going to read from a book and then see if anybody wants to listen to me. So this book is, I like dystopian stories, and if I look tired, it's because I am. It's called The Testing. I've had it for a while, and here it is, right here. It's called The Testing. It's a great book. It's by Jolie Chardon-Bourdieu. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but whatever, I'm not French. More praise for the testing. And it was written in 2013. And so I like these types of stories. So hopefully you do too. Chapter 1, Graduation Day. I can hardly stand still as my mother straightens my celebratory red tunic and tucks a strand of light brown hair behind my ear. Finally, she turns me and I look in the reflector on our living area wall. Red. I'm wearing red, no more pink. I'm an adult. Seeing evidence of that tickles my stomach. Are you ready, Chia? My mother asks. She too is wearing red, although her dress is made of a gossamer fabric that drapes to the floor in soft swirls. Next to her, my sleeveless dress and leather boots look childish, but that's okay. I have time to grow into my adult status. I'm young for it at 16, the youngest by far in my class. I take one last look in the reflector and hope that today is not the end of my education, but I have no control over that. Only a dream that my name will be called for the testing. Swallowing hard, I nod. Let's go. Graduation is held in the Colony Square among the stalls, filled with baked goods and fresh milk because the school isn't large enough to hold all the people who will attend. The entire colony attends graduation, which only makes sense since everyone in the colony is related to at least one of the students crossing over to adulthood or celebrating their promotion to the next grade. This year is the largest graduating class the Five Lakes colony has had. 8 boys, 6 girls. A clear sign the colony is thriving. My father and 4 brothers, all dressed in ceremonial adult purple, are waiting for us outside our dwelling. My oldest brother, Zen, shoots me a smile and ruffles my hair. Are you ready to be done with school and get out into the real world with the rest of us slobs? My mother frowns. I laugh. Zen and my older brothers are definitely not slobs. In fact, girls practically throw themselves at them. But while my brothers aren't immune to flirting, none of them seems interested in settling down. They're more interested in creating the next hybrid tomato plant than starting a family. Zen, most of all, he's tall, blonde, and smart. Very, very smart, and yet he never got chosen for the testing. The thought takes away the shine from the day. Perhaps that's the first rule I will learn as an adult, that you can't always get what you want. Zen must have wanted to continue on to the university to follow in Dad's footsteps. He must know what I'm feeling. For a moment, I wish I could talk to him. Ask him how he got through the disappointment that most likely is awaiting me. Our colony will be lucky to have one student chosen for the testing, if any at all. It has been 10 years since the last student from Five Lakes was chosen. I'm good at school, but there are those who are better, much better. You bet I can't stay in school if I plan on running the colony by the time all of you are married. Hart and Wynne blush. They are 2 years older than me, and the idea of marriage and dating makes them run for cover. The two of them are happy, working side by side in the nursery, growing the flowers and trees Dad has created to withstand the corrupted earth at the outskirts of the colony. No one will be doing much of anything if we don't get moving, Mother's voice was sharp as she heads off down the path. My brothers and father quickly follow. Zen's and Heroin's lack of marriage prospects is a sore spot for our mother. Because of Dad's job, our house is farther from the center of the colony than most. My brothers and father have had the ground around our small house bloom green with plants and trees, but 100 feet past our front door, the earth is cracked and brittle. Though some grass and a few scraggly trees do grow, Dad tells me the earth to our west is far worse. Which is why our leaders decided to place the Five Lakes colony here. Usually I ride my bicycle to town. A couple of citizens own cars, but fuel and solar cells big enough to run them are too precious for everyday use. Today I trail behind my family as we walk the almost 5 miles to the colony's community square. Square is really the wrong word, but we use it anyway. It's shaped more like a turtle with an oval center and some appendages to the sides. There is a beautiful fountain in the middle that sprays clear, sparkling water into the air. Whoosh! The fountain is a luxury since clean water is not always easy to come by, but we are allowed the waste and the beauty in order to honor the man who discovered how to remove the contamination from the lakes and ponds after stage 7. What is left of the oceans is harder to clean. The ground becomes greener and birds sing the closer we get to the center of the colony. Mom doesn't talk much on the way. Zen teases her that she doesn't want to grow up, but I don't think that's the case. Or maybe it is. Mom and I get along fine, but the past couple of years she has seemed distant, less willing to help me with my homework, more interested in getting the boys married and talking about where I will apprentice when I finish school. Any discussion of me being selected for the testing is not welcome. So I talk to her less and less, and so my father more and more. He doesn't change the subjects when I speak about going further in my education, although he doesn't exactly encourage me. He doesn't want me to see me disappointed, I guess. The sun is hot and sweat drips down my back as we streak up the final hill. The sounds of music and laughter, ha 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 ha, from just out of sight have me quickening my step. Just before we reach the top, Dad puts his arm around me and asks me to wait while the others go on ahead. The excitement over the hill pulls at me, but I stay put and ask, is something wrong? His eyes are filled with shadows, even though his smile is bright. Nothing is wrong, he says. I just wanted a moment with my little girl before things get too crazy. Everything changes the minute we go over that hill. I know. Are you nervous? Kind of. Excitement, fear, and other emotions swirl inside me, making it hard to tell what I'm really feeling. It's weird not knowing what I'm going to do when I get up tomorrow. Most of my classmates have made choices about their future. They know where they will apprentice or if they will move to another colony to find work. Some even know who they are going to marry. I know none of these things, although my father has made it clear I can work with him and my brothers if I choose. The option seems bleak at best since my thumb is anything but green. The last time I helped my father, I almost destroyed the sunflower seedling he spent months creating. Mechanical things I fix. Plants I kill. You're going to get up and face whatever comes. I'll be proud of you no matter what today brings. Even if I don't get accepted for the testing, especially if you don't get accepted for the testing. He smiles and gently pokes me in my belly. When I was little, that never failed to send me into fits of laughter. Today, it still makes me grin. It's nice to know some things never change. Even though I doubt my father's teasing words, Dad went to the university. That's where he learned to genetically alter plants and trees to survive in the blighted soil. He doesn't talk much about it, or the colony he grew up in. Probably because he doesn't want us to feel pressured by his success. But I do. You think I won't get accepted? My father frowns. I think you're smarter than you give yourself credit for. You never know who the search committee might pick or why. 5 of us from my grade were selected and tested. The other 4 always did better in class, but I was the only one who made it to the university. The testing isn't always fair, and it isn't always right. But you're not sorry you went. Look at the amazing things you do every day because of it. The trees next to us are filled with blooms, promising apples in the months to come. Bushes of wild blackberries grow next to daisies and other flowers I never learned the names of, but now Dad was a part of creating. When I was small, these things didn't exist. At least not the healthy versions dotting the hills today. Even now I can remember the empty ache of going to bed hungry. Food had been scarce as Dad worked with farmers to make things grow, and they had. In the 5 weeks colony, we are careful not to waste, but hunger is no longer our primary concern. My father is the reason why. I can't be sorry about something I had no choice in. His eyes go far away as the birds chirp around us. Finally he smiles, although his eyes never clear of whatever memories are capturing his attention. Besides, I wouldn't have moved here and met your mother if I hadn't gone to the university. Then where would I be? Probably living at home with your parents and making your mother worry that you'll never get serious about your future. The clouds disappear from their depths and his eyes twinkle as he ruffles my hair. Sounds like a fate worse than death, which is what my mother makes it sound like every time she tells Zen that life is passing him by. Come on, your mother is going to sound the alarm if we don't get moving. I just want you to remember one thing. I believe in you, no matter what. Arm in arm, we sat up and start up and over the hill to join the festivities. I smile, but deep in my heart I worry that Dad has always expected me to fall short of his achievements. That I will disappoint, no matter what.